Hello, greetings from South Kalimantan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Afia from SMAN Banua Kalsel Bilingual Boarding School. I feel so much honored that lately from 2 to 4 November 2020, my friends and I had the opportunity to take part in a 3-day webinar held by TIEUPS International in collaboration with Dinas Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Provinsi Kalimantan Selatan and FKIP Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. This webinar is entitled Strategi Komunikasi dan Pembelajaran Virtual. First of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Dinas Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Provinsi Kalimantan Selatan, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, and also TIEUPS International for the very informative webinar. Secondly, I'd like to convey my contentment in the context of the insight I received from the explanation by the instructors. Besides giving me a lot of new information, this webinar also helped me recall my knowledge and helped me reflect the way I teach, especially during this pandemic. Okay, now let me tell you things that I got from the webinar. There are 3 days. Day 1, the title was Communication Skills for Tutorials, Seminars, Mentoring, and Supervision. Day 2, Communications for Feedback, Written and Verbal for Lectures, Peer Mentoring, and Reflection. And the last day, on day 3, Virtual Lessons and Communication Strategies. Well, on day 1, things that I highlighted from the material was that there are 4 ways of communications. The first one is verbal communication, second one is non-verbal communication, written communication, and also visual communications. One did not stop there, but there were also some more materials, new materials for me. That was types of communication. First one is intrapersonal and interpersonal, of course, and then mass communication, also informative, educative, and persuasive communication. Among these kind of communications, one thing that we should always be mindful, that is our appearance. So what's meant by appearance is like our attire and also our workspace, etc. Well, right now, on day 2, I got new interesting topic about communications for feedback, written and verbal for lectures, peer mentoring, and reflection. Here, what I really highlighted was the 7 C's that are completeness, conciseness, consideration, clarity, concreteness, courtesy, and correctness. To the topic on day 2, it is about feedback. So the instructor explained about feedback and reinforcement, which are 2 of the most pivotal concepts in learning. And also there are 4 types of reinforcement: positive, negative, punishment, and extinction. Okay. On day 3, that was delivered by Miss Riti Rai. The title was Virtual Lesson and Communication Strategies. Well, if I may give comments to this topic first, I think I really need this material because it is in accordance to our situation right now, where online learning happens everywhere and anywhere. Okay, I also wanted to highlight about virtual hygiene. I think this term is kind of new, but it is really important to know hygiene and etiquette in virtual environment. So there are some tips given by the instructor. So the first one is be sure to mute your mic as soon as you sign in, also about the video, and also about the etiquette when we are speaking, also when we want to ask questions and make comments, and also about our background lighting, about our attire, etc. etc. This webinar is especially during this pandemic, And the last, I'd also say my deepest appreciation to the IEUPS International and also the instructors from NMIT. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.